Hey, how's everyone doing? A very special Thursday afternoon edition of the Plate Exchange. I'm Steve with On the Ring Apron. My oldest Landon running the camera. Say hey.
Hey.
Kia, of course, at work, doing her thing, but she is going to be joining us this upcoming Saturday for Top Rope Spoilers for Hell in a Cell. So we do have that coming up. Normally we don't do it in the afternoon. We're normally a night show or an evening show, but because this is one of the very first times that we've actually had a belt for our NXT UK brand change hands, we have a special afternoon edition, of course, immediately following this at 3 o'clock Eastern Time, 8 o'clock British, is, of course, the next episode of NXT UK, and we now spend this episode celebrating the new NXT UK Women's Champion, the Final Boss, Meiko Satomura. So we're going to go ahead and get her plates on here shortly, but first, I wanted to take a second to send out a very special message. We found out actually maybe about 10 minutes before I was going to film this episode that one of our own from the Mania Club lost their life, unfortunately. Debbie Love, who battled cancer and fought in our fight with Mania Club and with Connor's Cure, we found out passed away earlier this week. I only had the honor and pleasure of meeting her once, but she left an impression. We sat next to her during one of the little house shows that they had a couple of years ago, and she told the funniest story about how she met up with Samoa Joe when he was still making his run through NXT, and how the two of them just laughed, and it didn't matter what she wanted to talk about. Joe just seemed like he was just all ears, and you couldn't help but just be fascinated and intrigued with everything that this woman had to say. The story she had to tell would just keep you in stitches. So it hurt my heart deeply to read of her passing. So, we know she fought the good fight here on Earth with us, but God giving her the angelic call up to the ultimate main roster. So, Debbie, on behalf of all of us, we love you. We're gonna miss you. You, as I said, fought the good fight with us on behalf of Mania Club and every person whose life you touched. We love you, and, rest in peace. Okay. We don't have the 10-bell salute or anything on our show, so I'm going to try to not get too weepy-eyed because, amidst all the tributes or something, how fitting that it's an NXT Women's Champion that we're going to commemorate here. So, Miss Debbie, this one's for you. As we said, the NXT UK Women's title for the first time in Plate Exchange history, and we've been doing this for a little over a year and a half now, changes hands to award a new Women's Champion in the form of the Final Boss, Meiko Satomura. We do have her plates here, so Landon, if you wouldn't mind stepping in here, getting a good zoom in on those for us real quick. Like I said, feel free to move in. Okay, he says he got them. So now we're going to go ahead and get these onto our plates. For the first time in our show's history, it will have a plate that is not with the forever champ, Kaylee Ray, a frequent watcher of our show. So, kind of sad to see her finally have to drop the title, but, the show must go on and whatnot. But what a reign for Kaylee Ray during her time, 649 consecutive days as NXT UK Women's Champion. Meiko, I believe that makes her only the fourth champion in the history of this belt, and obviously one of the longest, to be sure. Actually, she's one of the longest of this modern timeline. 649 days is no slouch. And there's going to be some that are going to question the merits of it because she spent, nearly a year having to watch from the sidelines due to COVID. But, hey, the fact is, if you were the one lucky enough to be holding the gold at the time, that's benefit to you. And ever since the pandemic ended at least enough to the point to where the UK brand could return in its current format, Kaylee Ray took on all comers, including defeating Satomura once, before dropping it on Satomura's second attempt. For those of you who are not familiar with Meiko Satomura, obviously a complete legend out in Japan and out in the the western or the eastern side of the world. She appeared in the second run of the Mae Young Classic, was a semifinalist in that particular tournament, is known as a legend. I mean, virtually everybody on the WWE roster at one point or another since her signing has said, come fight me. And Meiko, even herself after winning the championship, has already said she wants Sasha Banks, she wants Bayley, she wants Charlotte, she wants Becky Lynch, she wants Bianca Belair, she wants Naomi, she wants, I mean, she ran down the roster of all the huge names that are on here, and virtually anyone that she would challenge, it would immediately become a dream match because Satomura is a part of it. So we wish her the best of run as the UK Women's Champion. We now flip over our belt here to show off the new Meiko Satomura plates, which likely are going to be donning our NXT UK Women's title for quite some time. So with that, that does bring a very quick edition. As I said, middle of the afternoon. Rare we do this, but we do appreciate everybody taking a quick minute. Go watch NXT UK. If you're not a regular watcher of the show, please tune into Peacock. Go watch it on the WWE Network if you're in Britain. It is a fantastic show. Great competitors over there with some great champions. It's a lot of fun to watch. We've been hooked for quite some time now, ever since they came back. So I can't reiterate it enough. And for all of us that are with Mania Club, just from a personal account here, be there for each other, stay strong for Miss Debbie and her family, so that way, we can show exactly just how strong we are, and that is Connor's Cure strong. Always have been, always will be. We fight the good fight, and, we may have lost a person today, but, heaven gained an angel, and, we're all better for having known her. So that ends Plate Exchange. Join us this Saturday. Don't know the exact time yet. Likely probably around 7 for Hell in a Cell top rope spoilers, so that way we can give you guys our predictions to this pay-per-view. Steve with On the Ring Apron, our new NXT UK Women's Champion, Meiko Satomura. Congratulations. Y'all have a good one.